Check out this little cabin. You don't find many of them in this good of a condition. I know it doesn't look like much of a condition, but usually there's bullet holes and everything. And look at this. Terrakratom emergency drinking water, 2009. Booming drug dilemma, Newsweek, 1999. Nothing in there. Yep. What gets me is how many of these remote cabins I come to, and you always end up finding some form of religious literature. Reader's Digest. This must be for his solar system, because here, if you look, at 12 volt. He probably had a solar or battery array up here. Find out who that is. 1985, third place. And what's neat about this is he actually had himself a decent little bathroom. I mean, nothing to write home about, but still better than nothing. Now this floor is about to give way. And there's his bedroom. Some cabinets and storage. Now, here, got a box of papers. Let's see. So these are all their financial records for this mine. Now, besides this, okay, up here we got a processing plant. Whatever they were mining up here, they had themselves a substantial operation. This is a mixer that they converted into a roaster to roast the ore. Okay. The Burns Green Coffee Mixer. This must have been the water tank. Here we are with a processing plant. I'm not going to trust it. What this is a homemade sorter. So So, see, each one of these decks were actually a concentrator. So as the material that came out of the roaster was fed over into here, up here at the top, you see the screen, anything that was oversized went down that chute, probably into another bucket to be reprocessed. Each material, each screen goes substantially smaller as it goes through. And what this does is it actually separates the material for easier processing on the tables. And bucket conveyor. So if we come down here to the main shop, what this is, the way this is configured, it's a homemade blast furnace. So this was the air pumped into this, and in this chamber, they would put their ore or their crucible, and it's heavy as hell. Nothing in there but debris. Kind of hard to do with one hand. But the operation, they used 3 shaker tables, which are these contraptions here, and these are homemade. So what it was is these were shake back and forth using an electric motor, and on this board would actually be a membrane that had grooves, and as it shook, the material would actually separate, and your heavies or your gold or your minerals that you're actually going for will collect on one side of the table, while all your other lighter stuff, which is garbage, would fall off the end. Now this one right here, judging from this, that was probably a fines table. Actually, they all look like they might have been fines table. Inside the workshop, a lot of stuff left over. I got some PVC pipe up there. Some type of biscuit oven. Sprinkler heads. These are actually kind of nice cases, nice boxes. This is a fire ring, a heating coil fire ring for a small little smelting furnace. Probably used for assays, and the other one that was outside the main cabin, that was probably more to make their doré bars or their rough concentrates or their rough bar. But equipment left over. Got a hammer drill rig over there and a bulldozer. According to my drone flyover, there's actually another bulldozer further up inside the canyon at the very end by a waterfall. So their power had it been coming from in here, because here's their power board. They probably had their power located in here, their batteries located in here. don't see any mounts for solar though. They might have just used lead acid batteries and just salt water batteries and just kept the salt water replenished. That might be the battery logs. There's a shoe, some pants over there. Clutch. For those of you who don't know what a clutch is, that's for a car. Now, what got me when I first pulled up here was this old Chevy dump truck. Look at that thing. Look at that. Short of the pack rats, it's actually pretty decent inside of it. Usually you find them in a lot worse condition. The engine, you usually find that all shot up. I had a 59 Willys Overland station wagon when I was a kid. I hated these filters. These are filled with oil. And when you went off-roading, you also smell burning oil because it was just gone all over the place. You can see all the oil on the intake and exhaust manifolds in this inline six. And it's because of driving it just bounces all over the place and the oil just comes pouring out. They cleaned everything though, it's just, they were a mess. And they were not fun to change the oil out in. I came down to the lower level, check out the equipment. Now, when I had the camera off, I found some of the ore that they were roasting and processing, and they were doing copper. Look at the condition this International is in. Looks like you just need to put some gas in it, fire right up. Well, she needs new hydraulics, but this right here is a horizontal drilling rig. They would use this inside the mines to drill the blasting holes. So here's your drill steel. This is your drill steel here. What this is a water pump and hydraulic drive. What this did, it was actually pump water and hydraulic fluid into the drill rig, because you got to use water to cool the bits and to get rid of the debris that was building up during the drilling process. And since this does not have its own form of motion, it needed an external source to pump the hydraulic fluid, and this was it. There's something in there. Yeah, there's somebody in there. Oh no, it isn't. It's a piece of plastic in there. What I think is funny is they call this quiet power, but if you were actually in the area that this was running, it's anything but quiet. Now, I was kind of interested in this one, because from up above, which is that right there is where the main operation was. From up above, this looked like a homemade hammer drill rig. Well, this is ore samples. The bags have deteriorated. You can see what's left of the tarp-like material. This was actually their material. This is what the processing plant up top did. And no, I was wrong. This is actually a rotary. See? This is what got me confused. Got me was this right here, but that's for when you're tripping pipe. This is a nice little small unit. And this right here was the water tank that they used for it. They probably carried the extra pipe. That's it for this place. I know I could probably talk more about it,